Alright folks, hadn't done a video here in a week and a half, something like that. Anyway, yeah, it's been a mix of just being busy and raining, uh, which we've had a lot of lately. But we've had about 2 or 3 days of dry weather now, but it still ain't quite dried out enough to start planting yet. And the temperature's been cool. Highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s at night. Just not quite warm enough to start yet. And I still ain't got my seed yet. It's ready. Two of the varieties that we'll be planting this year. So just be planting 3 varieties this year, but 2 of those are ready for me to pick up. I'm probably going to go by this week and at least get a bag or two. I've rearranged the shed here a little bit. I've got the seed drill right here. I ain't even took the tarp off of it yet. I have done a few things to it, just in preparation for calibrating it. I'm gonna do a different calibration method this year. I may do two. I may do my normal calibration, and I may do another calibration here in the shed and see how the two compare. I've been doing a by the pound calibration, and I'm gonna do a seed per foot calibration this time, because I don't believe the acreage meter on this drill is quite correct. So I can't just use the calibration crank to crank out seed and weigh them. So I'm going to do a couple of methods. When I planted the wheat with it, I found out the acreage meter didn't seem to be exactly correct. So I'll be doing a couple of calibrations. So what I've done is measured the distance traveled by the wheel and verified there's a 1-to-1 ratio on the wheel to the calibration crank. So I'll be doing that calibration on it here sometime this week, and making some adjustments to the drill. I've got to I'll be blocking off every other wheel on here, and that'll give me 15-inch rows, and be able to plant 8 rows of pass with it here on that. I have the block off plates for it already. I'll also be making some adjustments to the down pressure springs from where I had it on the wheat, and I will also be removing every other no-till coulter that is not going to be used on the front. I've got, I don't know if you can see this or not, but these are turbo coulters here, and these are just normal fluted coulters there. I like the turbo coulters. I'm running 2 different styles of the turbo coulter. Some of you may think that that's not possible, but it is. But I'll be removing the normal fluted coulters because I will not be planting on those rows, and that will help relieve some of the pressure that's on those no-till coulters. It's lifting up on the drill, so that allow the drill to penetrate the coulters that are being used on the rows that are planting to go deeper in the ground, which is what I want to do. Because if you get them turbo coulters to go in that good 3 inches or more deep, they will really fluff the ground really well and make a really nice seed bed. like I said, I am running two different types of turbo coulters. The turbo coulter um, is a patented design by Great Plains. Um, However, there is an aftermarket turbo coulter out there that you can get for a significantly lower price, and so far they seem to hold up just as well. Um, I really need to have one out, and it's a little dark here tonight to show you. But anyway, the um, the Great Plains turbo coulter, the actual fluted part is straight. It's at an angle with the wheel, but it's straight. The aftermarket turbo coulter um, is still angled, but it has a slight curve to it. Um, in the field, they perform almost exactly the same, but they're almost half cost of what the Great Plains turbo coulter costs. So um, that that's what I went with the last time I ordered some of those. It seemed to be well. So anyway, I'll be removing every other normal fluted coulter that won't be being used, just so it lets the drill go down further. I have them covered up, but if you can see in there, it's fully weighted. There's 10 weights on this drill, so that's about, oh, they're 90 to 100 pounds a piece. So I've got nearly, say, 900 to 1,000 pounds of weight extra on this drill. So um, that made a good big difference in doing the wheat. I planted one field. I started out and I had some issues. The ground was kind of hard and dry with them penetrating like I wanted, so we added that weight, and that did the trick. Anyway, that's kind of the status on planting on the soybeans right now. The burn downs, I did a video that I did not post, uh, which would be kind of irrelevant right now, but I did, about 2 weeks ago now, I did do burn downs. So the fields that I intend to plant first are ready as far as that's concerned. I haven't had fertilizer put on them yet. I'll probably wait till we actually plant, which hopefully will be maybe this weekend. It's Monday today, so I think it's April 27th, so we'll be looking at the first few days of May there if all works out. We got rain for the next 2 days planned again, so just have to see how much rain we get, and then see. It looks like warmer and drier weather coming, so I think we might be able to get some done. I also did a burn down on the fields that we're going to be tilling, plowing up. It's new ground. I just wanted to stop the growth of the grass, and mostly grass and some weeds and that. Went ahead and did a burn down on that. I'll probably go ahead and hit that with a bush hog, just get it mulched up, and then we'll go in and rip it and start disking that up. Anyway, I got the sprayer moved in here. I moved it over here. Got the grain truck sitting here. I did take it this past weekend and got its annual DOT inspection done on the truck and the trailer. So that was coming due here in a couple of weeks. So went ahead and got that done. So other than me just cleaning the truck, which it's got a lot of pollen around on the tops of it and all. Other than me doing that, it's pretty much ready to go for hauling wheat when we start harvesting that in June. Yeah. The baler, as you may can see here behind me, I pulled it out. I've got I've got a lift cylinder down here. It may be too dark for you to see that. That picks up the pickup head here. One of the lines is busted on it. It's been busted for about 2 years now. I just been using the crank lever to raise the pickup up and down, but I did pull the baler out. I blew it off with air hose. I usually wash it every spring, just the exterior of it, and on a good sunny day, but I don't know if that's going to happen this year. But I did blow it out good. I am going to pull them hoses out. I'm going to go have new hoses made for that pickup cylinder. And that's the only thing that really I know needs to be done with the baler right now, other than just checking the chain tensions and greasing it good and just giving it a good look over. I do know, I think I have a bearing going bad on it somewhere. It's on one of the rollers. It is not a drive roller. I think it's one of the smaller rollers. Last year, on multiple occasions, on a really hot day, I had a squealing, squealing, I won't say a squeak, it was a squeal, a very high-pitched squeal coming out of the baler. It would go away as soon as I opened the gate. When you open the gate, the belt stopped turning, which thus all those small rollers, idler rollers, whatever you want to call them, stopped spinning. So I believe it's on one of those rollers, but it would come and go. It could come and go multiple times in the same field and not reoccur again sometime later. I have not been able to isolate which one it is yet. I am going to go and fill of them all and see if I can suspect which one it might be. If not, all I know is to keep running. I know when those bearings go bad, they self-destruct and they'll pretty much destroy the roller. I've seen that on. I haven't personally had it happen, but I've had some uncles on their balers that had it happen, and pretty much when that bearing comes apart, it expands and just it'll split the roller, and then you pretty much got to buy a new roller or have one made. You can, if you got the specs, you can have one made a little cheaper. But anyway, that's the story on the baler. So I mentioned the truck. Other than just doing some cleanup around here and rearranging some stuff. The 6415 has had an oil change, fuel filter change, or both fuel filters, air filters blown out. I've went through it, checked hydraulic fluid and everything. All it needs now is a bath, and I need to blow the air conditioner air filter out, the cabin air filter out. But it's pretty much ready to go. I need to grease it. I was going to wait till after I washed it and then grease it. But I got that done. I wasn't going to change the fuel filters, but I was trying to drain the water out of the bottom of the filters, and any of you used those John Deere fuel filters. They got that little plastic drain you turn. Well, that little drain actually just broke. The whole bottom came out of that fuel filter, and when it did, it just dumped fuel everywhere, and I had no choice than to go ahead and replace the filters. And if you've ever done that and tried to bleed the air out of those, it's kind of pointless to just do one. You might as well do both of them. Well, you're just sneezing down there, ain't you? But anyway, Maddie down here wanting me to pet her, I guess. But anyway, yeah, you might as well change both fuel filters while you're at it, because there's not much point in going to trouble to do one when you got, bleed the air on both of them. So anyway, that's done. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I've just been kind of busy and just really hadn't took the time to grab the camera and do any video. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna try to do this drill, calibrate this drill this week and make adjustments and get it ready to go. There ain't anything on it that's broke or bad that I'm aware of, so it shouldn't need too much to be done to it. I might get a little video of that calibration procedure. The procedure I'm going to use for the seed per foot method is interesting. It's I found it ain't my method. I found it online. I got to buy a graduated cylinder, or I got to come up with something similar to a graduated cylinder here soon in order to do that. But it's sounds like a pretty good method. I'm gonna try it, and it'll allow me to do it here in the shed and not have to do it outside and count seed on the ground and measure and all that stuff. So, yeah, I might get some video of that, show you how to do that. Hopefully it'll work out okay. But anyway, that's just a general update. Of what I've been doing. You know, my original plans was to have beans in the ground the last week of April, and this is the last week of April. But it's just not going to happen. It could have possibly been dry enough to done some today. I mean, I'm not ready, but it would probably been tacky in some places. I really don't want to mud them in. So, and these temperatures are just cool. I don't know. I mean, highs in the mid 60s, lows in the 40s at night. That just ain't, you know. I want a good germination. You know, I mean, I could go out there and plant them heavy, I guess, and get by, but I'm not. I mean, that costs money. So, you know, I'll just wait and hope that it pays off to do that. Which, let's see, we didn't get any beans in the ground till the first week of May last year, and that worked out pretty good. So if I can get them in the ground starting this weekend or soon thereafter, beginning of next week, I think we'll be all right. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all kind of know what was going on. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, and hopefully there'll be some soon of some stuff actually going on here. It's just been a wet spring. I think it has been for most everybody here in the area, but hopefully drier weather will come. I hope we don't get no drought, but you never know. I don't wish that on anybody either, but maybe it'll quit raining every other day and start drying up to a point where we can get something done, but still rain enough to give us the moisture we need. But anyway, thanks for watching, y'all, and stay tuned for more. See ya.